Hello, everybody. Welcome to Alberta News and Views. Today, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau unveiled his government's strategy to address the housing crisis, and he was asked by a reporter what he thinks about Danielle Smith's new Bill 18, which prevents him, the federal government, from meddling in provincial affairs, in this case, in terms of housing. And he says, Justin Trudeau says, this is exactly what Canadians wanted. This is what the provinces asked for. So you better watch what you ask for, because Canadians, we're in a housing crisis and they asked us to do something about it. So we're going to do something about it. Now we're going to watch this short clip. But first, I have to show you this article. I love pulling this article out. It's from 2014. It says, why Canada will become a dictatorship under Trudeau. Now I'm going to read this whole thing tonight with my fireside chat on Substack. So if you want this whole thing, come over to Substack. But to summarize it here, it says Justin Trudeau does what he wants when he wants, and he does not care about consequences. So this is from 2014. Everybody knew the type of person Justin Trudeau is. So don't be surprised with what happens tomorrow and the next day and the next day. This was easily predicted, everything that is going on right now. So he goes on to say that we're getting houses built. That's a lie. Houses are not getting built. I just have to show you two short articles, and then we'll watch this video. Canadians want more houses, but they are not getting built. Now, this is really important, okay? In many regions, this trend boils down to policy choices. So houses aren't getting built because of policy choices. Ground-oriented housing has taken the brunt of a double squeeze, where local and provincial governments have restricted both upward and outward growth. In Ontario, for instance, the provincial government has heavily discouraged home building on the outskirts of cities in the Greater Golden Horseshoe region surrounding Toronto since the mid-2000s. The same goes for Metro Vancouver, which reports that 99% of development has occurred within its urban containment boundary since 2011. Similar policies can be observed everywhere from Ottawa to Calgary. And Calgary right now is the fastest growing city in Canada because the cancer is spreading from Toronto and Montreal and Vancouver. They're full. So now the plague, the cancer, is going to all the other cities and smaller municipalities. Now, this is from April 22nd, 2023, but what I wanted to highlight here is they have been planning densification since mid-2000s. Politicians, contractors, consultants, developers have been making bazillions of dollars in real estate by suppressing it to inflate the market. So they're all getting filthy rich. So on top of that, what we're seeing right now is there is a huge shortage of houses being built. And I mean big time. Check this out. So why aren't homes? I'll go down to this one. Is Canada not getting enough housing? Okay. This is from the Royal Bank of Canada. We estimate growth in Canada's housing stock fell short of new households by 170,000 units during the pandemic between 2019 and 2023. So new households and housing stock have diverged by 545,000 since 2015. Given the approximately 375,000 unit shortfall in 2015. So you think houses aren't getting built now, and they are already short well over 545,000 now. And then you put in a dash of over 1 million people in less than 1 year. Now, I don't care what you call these people. Refugees, immigrants, temporary foreign workers. I don't care what you call them. They're people here that need a place to stay. Who let the people in and why? That is a problem. Knowing that they did that. There is a business around all of that, and it is $1 billion business. So they can't get rid of that, and they can't build houses fast enough. So why can't they build the houses? It should be simple. Just build some fucking houses already. Nope, we can't. Canada simply doesn't have enough workers to construct homes. And this has produced a critical bottleneck in developing housing supply. The Canadian Chamber of Commerce said that nearly half of manufacturing and construction companies suffer from labor shortages. And to top that off, there's a shortage of material and the cost of material and the cost to get money to people to buy them. And people can't afford to buy the houses that are being built right now, which is why Chrystia Freeland announced that they extended the amortization rate now to 30 years for first-time home buyers. It is unbelievable. So this is called a collapse, by the way. You're watching this in real time because there is no solution. Oh, we're going to build more homes. You can't. You can't build more homes. Every time Justin Trudeau has a housing announcement, and please remember this, every single time, every day that he has a housing announcement, it is only an announcement of something that has no substance to it at all. Because the reasons for this housing shortage in Canada, they can't get rid of because it will collapse everything. They can't get rid of the temporary foreign workers or the students because that is a bazillion-dollar industry. So that will end the housing and all of the funding for the universities, colleges, agriculture, manufacturing, you name it. The only thing they could do is just make them permanent residents. But they don't want to be permanent residents here anymore. They want to leave. They just want to take their education, get their piece of paper, and then leave. So they can't get rid of the people, okay? Because then it would be obvious. Just shut it down. They can't. We have an immigration economy. They make up 25% of the GDP. It is a socialist. They have the socialist programs, the socialism in Canada makes up 25% of the GDP. It's crazy. It's insane. So on top of all of that, even, it's the material and the cost to get the loans, to build the houses. The labor is not there. With all of these people here, they can't build homes. So Justin Trudeau is saying, we're going to help you build homes, but they have to be built this way, which is the red tape that they are always talking about. All these politicians are all fighting with each other over this red tape issue. The way out of this, and I'm telling you, and I'm going to keep on saying this, is with Western independence. And it's not just Western independence. I'm going to call it provincial independence. All of the provinces need to get rid of Justin Trudeau and the federal government and all of their bureaucracy. All of it. It's gone. Then they get control of their borders. Then they get control of their own housing. And they make trade deals back and forth with strict oversight, with jail. With jail. It is unbelievable that we are living in a country with no health care, no education, no food, no housing, no police, yet we pay, what is it, 50%? Close to 50% in taxes, and we get nothing in return. We get a lot of drugs, though, and we get mental health help, too. And we get free suicide. Does that sound like a winning country? Here is Justin Trudeau. And don't forget, there's a 50-50 chance that he's lying right here. Don't ever forget that. Liars gotta lie.
Next question. Hi, Prime Minister. Laura Stone, Globe and Mail. Back to provincial relations. Alberta has a new bill that seeks to stop your government or federal governments from negotiating directly with municipalities, essentially saying stick to national policy, not in my backyard. And she says it would be inefficient for you to negotiate all of these agreements with hundreds of municipalities. Can you respond to her criticisms and why you would still pursue this?
It seems like it was only a few months ago that I pointed out quite accurately that the federal government doesn't have a whole lot of direct carriage of housing, that it is very much a provincial and municipal responsibility. The federal government has certain responsibilities that we've been stepping up on since 2017, but I pointed out that this is not something the federal government can solve alone. And over the following weeks and months, we heard from a cavalcade of premiers saying, see, the federal government needs to step up more, needs to do more. It's get out of the business of housing. The federal government needs to step up and fix this housing crisis that we've seen across the country. So we are. Provinces should be careful what they wish for. Ooh. They want the federal government to fix this housing crisis? We are. We will. Now, let me be very clear. It'll be much better if the provinces continue to step up with significant ambition. And we've seen a number of provinces do that. When we announced the Housing Accelerator funding, $4 billion across the country, Quebec said, you know what? We'll actually match the $900 million you're sending to municipalities in Quebec. We'll double it, and we'll do even more, even faster. BC came forward and said, you know what? There's a BC Builds program we've wanted to build around affordable housing. If you can match the money we're doing, we'll do even more. And we did that, and we created the Canada Builds program. And we're working directly with municipalities that want to be super ambitious. The 3 mayors that are here today represent municipalities that signed housing accelerator agreements worth in excess of $150 million that's going to create 4,000 units over the coming years in this region. These are things we are doing concretely where we recognize that Canadians need help and support and investment, and don't so much care about, whose responsibility it is first and foremost. They just want it to get done, and that's why we are there to work hand in hand in full respect with those provinces who want to solve the problem, and ask those provinces that don't want to solve the problem to just get out of the way while we solve that problem that Canadians are facing.
We don't want 15-minute cities. We don't want 10-minute cities. We don't want sustainable development goals. And we definitely don't want you in our province. With all of those programs that he just said, with the billions of dollars that he's throwing at everything, and he still hasn't got anything built. So why are they taking the money? Because the cities are broke. Calgary Mayor Jyoti Gondek said a few days ago, I made a video about it yesterday. You can check it out if you want. She needs money. The cities are growing because of these people. So they're desperate now. Oh, what a coincidence. What a coincidence that Canada is flooded and everybody is desperate. And they're willing to do whatever it takes to just get some normalcy and get housing back. It is just a strange coincidence all the time with Justin Trudeau. There's a guy at the end I have to show you, which is really funny. Look at Chrystia Freeland, though. This is a big thing going on right now, is what is wrong with Chrystia Freeland? Everybody out there, Google what anxiety and stress does to the body. I truly believe that Chrystia Freeland has an anxiety twitch. And it's just from years of just big time stress and anxiety, which is why she has to breathe all the time, because it's the only thing she can do to calm herself down. And then like an acting coach, which is what they use, and a speech coach will say, try to hide it in smiling and nodding and breathing, like you're actually listening and doing something, or just keep busy and move around. That's what I think it is. It's just years and years of stress, of being a politician and destroying the country. Check out this guy at the very end.
This government...
I'm hoping CPAC didn't cut it. If they did, I'll try and get it on my phone, and then I'll try and clip it in at the end. But Justin Trudeau goes in the back and shakes the hands of all of these union workers, of course. And one of them flat out denies him, and then CPAC cuts it off before they could show any more. I believe it might be this guy over here. Yeah, they totally did. I'm going to try and get it on my phone. And then I'll put it in there. If you want to check out that article with the Huffington Post, come over to Substack. I'm going to start doing that a lot more and just reading articles and get them on over there because I can't do it anywhere else. Like, share, and take care.